Morning folks, I hope you're happy and I hope you're smiling. Let's move those bits out of the way. As you can see, Mother Nature, she's a wonderful character. She's decided that that one is going to be logs for me in a couple of years. Because this track, as you can see down behind me, to the left of the track is my property, to the right is the next door's. So, tree's my property, it's my problem. Yes, that's the way it kind of stands legally when you're in more residential ways. But out here in the rural areas, it's a case of whoever can get a bloody chainsaw to it. You know, I mean, I've cut trees for them, they've cut trees for me. We just get on. We just work as a community, as communities should. But anyway, as you've seen, yes, I've prepped the chainsaw, getting ready for chainsaw work. Had a little bit of wind, now we're going to work with a chainsaw. So there we go. Let's see how this is going to come out of there. A little bit precarious, either it will or it won't. What could possibly go wrong? As you can see, that's the top end of the tree, and it goes down through here and it's resting in amongst these trees here. You may quite see it, but it looks like, let's go work our way through, take the saw with us at the same time. But this is how I can see it. Has snapped, has obviously rotten over there at the base. It's snapped right at the ground by the looks of it. Yeah, it's literally snapped at the base, as you can see just there. But let's put you down for a second and see if we can do something about this. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Surprisingly, it doesn't feel as rotten as it looks just there. Oh, I don't know, a little bit hollowish. But what I've got to be careful of, obviously, as you can see, it's stuck in the trees that I've shown you. The danger of these things is if they tip, they roll, go the wrong way, they're likely to bloody hurt. What I'm proposing to do, and what I will do, is I'm going to cut in loggable lengths, so good preparation for me, but loggable lengths, one at a time, and just as we see how the balance goes, because what I would like is for one end to actually stabilise on the ground, preferably the other end. So, but I will cut each one slowly, and I'm always going to be mindful that this is likely to spring up. Because of the angle that it's going through at the trees there, it should, if it's going to go up, will go up straight. So I shall kind of be a little bit backwards from it every time I'm cutting. If it looks like it's going to go, step back. Always make sure the area behind you is clear to enable you to step back. Because if you're trapped there and that kicks up, that could kill you. I live on my own, so I've got to be extra cautious. Anyway, let's fire the chainsaw up and see what happens. Right, all the relevant checks, everything's good, we're ready to go with a little bit of luck. Just right, mind the noise, sorry people. First things first, this is springy. So I'm going to cut this one out of the way, see what happens. Everything we do in a precarious situation is slow. You double check, even triple check, everything you do. As you can see, I just made sure my escape route is good. Now to start cutting this in loggable lengths. For me, 1 foot. And as I get closer, I will slow down, because if that weight comes off, that could spring up. I need to be ready to get out. So far, so good. You see how that's starting to come up? That's just starting to balance off. So we're now getting to the realm where this is likely to go up. As you saw there, I was constantly, even when I'm doing what I'm doing, kind of eyes everywhere. The reason for that is because, as you saw, that happened. I was ready to move. I was constantly had my eyes on it just in case. It's settled now, but I'm going to have a bit of a clear up with this bit. I kind of clear it, do a little, clear a little, do a little, clear a little. But I'm going to work my way all the way along that one, and that's quite a lot of logs for me out of one tree. So we'll catch you in a minute, folks. As you can see, wood, logs, stage one of keeping me warm, cutting it up. Yeah, I could have done without this jacket on, admitted, but you know, nothing to be too ashamed of. Being warm, you're sweating, you're getting healthy. As you can see now, I've cut everything up. So I've cleared the track for the farmer to be able to transverse his livestock, etc. He could anyway, because it was high enough, but it was still potentially dangerous. So you simply get the tree down. Now to load up the trusty Land Rover, and from that I can be able to give you a gauge then of the time you've seen me do this, and in return how much warmth this will give me in my hut. I'll try, I can guesstimate a time period. But anyway, got to reverse the car up and we've got to start loading up with logs. And there we go. For me, in the middle of winter, what you've just seen me log, load up, I've yet to split. I've got about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. But hey, people pay to go to a gym. I'm sweating. That's a workout. Anyway, folks, let's get us back up home. Time for a cup of tea, I think, before I do anything else. But here we go. Good old Land Rover. This thing, bless its heart. For anybody that's enthusiastic about these motors, it's a Land Rover Discovery 2, Disco 2. I've got 192,749 miles on the clock. Original engine, still bulletproof. This has got a full galvanised chassis, which makes it a bit of a treasure. And what this thing has done has earned its money for me time and time again. She's 24, coming up 25 years old, and it's still doing a day's work when I need it to. Anyway, oh, you can see in the side window, we're steaming up in here. But no, this old girl, she's as good as gold. She's stuff around the land for me, and I mean, it's pulled trees down and dragged my digger about. I even got my digger nearly stuck once, and with the help of this, I got it out. And you can't get diggers stuck, not if you know diggers. But there you have it. So we've got today, so far, we are starting to get logs ready for what will be not next winter, the winter after. First and foremost, I've taken care of my property to enable the farmer to be able to do his job safely. First level of keeping warm and fit, cutting the tree down, cutting it into logs, loading it up. Now we've got to unload it, split the logs, stack the logs. Another workout, also keeping me warm. And then we have the final one, the log burner. Don't you just love it? But there we go, that's where we are at the moment. Time for a cup of tea. See you in a bit. Cup of tea had, and now for stage 2, which obviously down the slope. Have to be a little bit gentle. I don't want to drop the bloody phone, but I've got to get the logs out of the car, get them split and get them stacked. So I shall I'll time lapse some of this for you, because otherwise it's boring. But let me just show you. I've got my helper. I've got logs. All of those. Probably three, maybe 4. Depends how the axe goes through. Might go in half, then half and half, or it might, if it goes off, 3 to 4. That won't be a couple. That'll be split in half. But there's some good logs there that are going to keep me warm, not next winter, but the winter after. And there we have some logs to split. This is the fun part, really. I enjoy it. I actually quite get. I enjoy throwing an axe. I mean, always good to have a sharp axe. Always good to have a reasonably good aim. That one wasn't so good, but it splits real nice and real easy. And we're going to get through this pile, get it stacked, and that's a good few hours work completed. It's going to keep me warm, not next winter, winter after, or maybe, depends, it might be a little bit of next winter. But there we go. We are happily, even though it's damp, and I know I'm going to get exceedingly warm, I've had to take my coat off. It's too warm. But I don't know, so far it wasn't. I've had a workout down the track, I've had a workout getting it up to here, I'm having a workout now in splitting and stacking. Who needs a gym? Yeah, a little bit of physical graft never hurt anybody. And this is coming from a man that's had a dodgy ticker. So there you go, folks. I'll have a chat with you once I've got through this, and we'll see how much the stack is, and yeah, from that to there. Anyway, I'll leave you for a minute. Let me get splitting. And there you have it, folks. Last of the logs from that tree. As you can see, I'm a little bit damp, and I don't know if that's the moisture from the sky or the moisture from my skin, because I'm leaking quite profusely. But there we have that tree done. As you can see, I'm stacking on this pile now. This was some recent dead stuff I've oaked out, put there. All that needs is just dry, because that's season. I know that's been on the ground for 3 years. But what that tree brought me is from that bit up to there, and with what's there, I won't show you now, but it's a whole stack, and a whole stack. So I was a little bit wrong. I say 2 to 3 weeks, more like 10 days to 2 weeks. But that's 10 days to 2 weeks of me keeping warm, me being fed by using the log burner as the kitchen cooker for about 10 days. And all in all, this is, yeah, for me, about a morning's work, just over a morning's work. I'm an old fart, you know, I can't go at the speed of these young whippersnappers, but why do I have to? I'm living life on my terms. But there we go. Now we're just going to get some more trees, start filling that one up, because the end one, if you can quite see it in the camera, it's starting to go down. So if I can get that one up before that one's down, I know I'm ahead of the game. But that's it for me on this. It's just a little one of explaining how I deal with trees, how I deal with fallen trees. Yes, you're going to give me the comments. Oh, you haven't got a visor on, you haven't got ear defenders on, you haven't got a hard hat on, you haven't got chainsaw boots, chainsaw trousers, chainsaw gloves. There's a whole list of safety equipment. Yeah, if you're not competent, I would suggest you get it. I've worked with chainsaws for years and years and years. No, it doesn't make me a superhero. No, it doesn't make me impervious for damage, but I understand the machine that can kill me. Yes, I've always got safety boots on to keep my toes. That's the hardest thing, and I'm aware of when the chain's running, where sawdust and wood chips are flying, so I keep my line of sight away from that. I'm competent to work without all that health and safety equipment, because it would cost a small fortune. And he was, oh yeah, but it could save your life. I've worked with chainsaws for years. I'm 58 years old. But there you go, folks. Yeah, like, subscribe, notification bell, comments. Love those comments, people. I really, really, truly do love those comments. And the chicken logo up there in the corner, yes, we're getting there. We're getting there. I've got to get a couple of trees down before I can do the next stage, and I'm starting to get into getting the trees down. So watch this space, people. Anyway, we shall see you soon. Ta-ra for now.